on in New York. It's Katie.
So much. Great to have you here. And today we're talking about second acts. Both of my guests completely reinvented themselves and even ended up with bigger second careers than their first. Their stories have inspired millions of us. And even if you're not an NBA superstar or a supermodel, maybe they'll get you thinking about your second act. So on to my first guest. From the moment he stepped on the court, it was pure magic. His sleight of hand on the court was so extraordinary, it was no surprise that Irvin Johnson earned the nickname Magic. Magic led the Lakers to 5 NBA titles. He was the league MVP 3 times, and then, just like that, it was over.
Because of the HIV virus that I have attained, I will have to retire from the Lakers. I am saying that it can happen to anybody, even me, Magic Johnson.
He had changed the game of basketball, so when that part of his life ended, Magic set out to change the world. Becoming an advocate for victims of HIV and building a business empire that's now worth an estimated $700 million. So please welcome Magic Johnson.
Thank you. Wow.
Isn't this nice?
Can I go back and do that again? I mean, that was fantastic.
Little ego boost. Well, can I tell you, you still just light up the room. What can I say, Magic?
And look at you. I love the leather. You're looking good. You're looking good.
It's like butter, baby.
Yes.
Anyway, so let's talk first of all about your family. How are you doing? You've got 2 grandkids now, right?
My grandfather, yes, Gigi and Avery. Just the blessings of Cookie in our lives, and really just change. We try to not spoil our kids, but the grandkids we spoil.
Yeah. What do they call you?
Yeah, Papa, yeah.
Aww,
and
cute.
Pop, and we go, my grandbaby, she likes to go to the beach. And only her and I.
Yeah, does she eat sand? Because a lot of times
she
they eat sand.
Throw sand, cover me in sand.
Yeah.
And Avery he just turned 1, and he's such a beautiful young man, so we're blessed.
I'm excited about having grandkids one day.
One day.
Not anytime soon.
Take your time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we have so much to talk about, Magic.
Yes.
First of all, I was reading all about you, and of course have followed you through the years, but I thought, wow, Magic is very enterprising, because Magic Johnson Enterprises includes so many different businesses. I'm going to tick them off. 32 Burger Kings, 12 health clubs. You at one time owned the franchises for 25 Starbucks, is that right? 125, sorry, jeez. Yeah. Movie theaters, a new TV network, the LA Dodgers. You're going to have a Magic MasterCard. Yeah. You must be a genius at time management. I mean, what drives you? How are you able to take all these things on?
Well, I think, first of all, it's about your organization and your team. Just like you have an incredible team of people working with you behind the scenes. I do, and I'm
very lucky.
Yes, and same with me. And so my executive team, when I'm away doing this great show and being with you, they're running the business, and they're making sure our clients are okay, the customer is okay, and so that's what it's all about. So it's about your team and making sure that you have the best.
But you also have a lot of initiative. I mean, do you still wake up at 4 a.m. every morning and run 5 miles to work? Is that true?
That's true.
Seriously?
I'm a guy who wakes up. I can't sleep that much. I get about 7, 8 hours of sleep, but I go to bed early. I wake up early, about 4:30 in the morning. I stretch, then I lift weights, and then I either run, treadmill, or I do Taibo. I love to kickbox and do that, and it just gets me in shape.
Was this always something you thought about, that you needed to have like a plan B, A, B after basketball? You needed to think about how to stay involved and how to stay successful? And where did you get that from?
Okay, no question about it. You look, you built your platform from the basketball court. You built your brand. But then you had to look and say, where will I be when I'm 35 on? And I had to say, I want to be a businessman. So I made sure I got some mentors to mentor me. I took my ego out of it and said, okay, I don't know business, teach me business. And then once that happened, I was able to move into what this incredible life of being a businessman, and also hiring people of color in their own community and putting them to work. And that's very important to me.
I think one of the things that is so inspiring about you, Magic, is obviously you've been hugely successful, but your business philosophy has really centered around revitalizing the inner city. So you're doing well by doing good in a way. Why has that been so important to you?
Well, because first of all, when I used to walk in our community, it really disappointed me and hurt me that we had so many vacant buildings. We had so many people upset that we couldn't go out to dinner or go to a play or go to a movie in our own community. So I said, I got to change that. And I started partnering with different companies, Sony, to build Magic Johnson theaters so that people can go to the movies in their own community, and then hire people from the community to work at the theater. And that's when I approached Howard Schultz, and I owe him a lot about putting Starbucks in our community. So I partnered with him to build the 125. And then we trained people to do their job at Starbucks. And now we have a lot of great general managers, district managers, and so on.
Great.
People of color working in Starbucks now. And that's very important. So yes, you can do good and do well at the same time. And now people who own homes in Harlem and Chicago, their property value goes up because it's more desirable to live in Brooklyn and these places, because now they have the retailers in their community. And that's
so
very
it's really
important.
A ripple effect, isn't it,
yes.
Magic?
And now that dollar touches 20 hands like it does in suburban America, instead of only touching 3 hands like it used to do in urban America.
I know you also have a program in Atlanta to help kids stay in school and to help them if they've dropped out of school. What would you say to young people, particularly young African-American men who, who aren't going to be NBA basketball players, but who are, who need some help and encouragement, as you well know? What would you say to those guys?
Well, first of all, it's very important that they understand that education is the key to their success. Not trying to be Magic Johnson, not trying to be Jay-Z or one of these incredible rappers. They have to understand that the only way they're going to be successful in life is to graduate high school, number one, then go on to college. And if you don't want to go to college, you got to get a trade. See, because everybody's not going to go to college, but get you a trade so that then you can get a job to take care of yourself and your family. It's okay to have a dream of going into the NFL, NBA, but be realistic. It's only 400 and something NBA players. That means your chances of making it is slim. So chase it, but understand you still got to get an education on this side.
Have a fallback
That's
plan.
right, in case you don't make it. Just like Magic. I had a fallback plan of once I got out of the NBA, I wanted to go into business, but I was educated enough to go into business. And that was the key for me. And
would you ever run for office?
Oh, wait a minute.
Why not?
Give me a hug again. Give me a hug again. Okay, now, don't ever ask me that again.
Really?
Oh,
Why?
man. I don't want to be a mayor or governor. They've been trying to get me to run. No. I want to just help the mayor or governor.
But you would be so good.
No. I thought we were friends.
Okay, sorry.
I came on the show because this is my girl. I love her. And she's already getting me in trouble. Cookie would kill me.
Hey, speaking of Cookie, you guys have been married 21 years,
21
right?
years.
What do you think is the key to a happy marriage, Magic?
Stay best friends. Stay dating.
Keep the romance alive.
Keep the romance alive. You have to, because once the kids are gone, it's just you two.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of people look at each other and are like, really?
Yeah, well, because they got lost in the kids.
Right.
Cookie and I date every weekend. We go to the movies or a concert or dinner. I take her on a Cookie and Irvin only trip in the summer. Leave the kids and the grandkids at home, and we date for a couple weeks. And I think that's really, and also men, we gotta know when to give. Cookie, you're right, baby.
So a lot of yes here too,
A lot
right?
of yes. Yeah.
Well, there was a time. I know there was a time, Magic, when you didn't even think you would live to appreciate your second anniversary,
Right.
much less your 21st. We'll talk about that when we come back.
All right. So I'm sitting there with a lot of questions because, you know, hey, what does that mean for me? Am I gonna die? He said if I hadn't had the physical, I wouldn't have even known I had the virus. But nothing he told me was good. All I heard was a death sentence.
That was a clip from ESPN's The Announcement of Magic talking about how he felt when he was first diagnosed with HIV 21 years ago. Does that seem like a lifetime ago to you?
Yes, yes, it does. But, you know, we've done a lot in 21 years. The disease has changed in 21 years. And when I first got into this, you know, it was basically a white gay man's disease. Then it changed. Now it's a African-American Latino disease. And so, unfortunately, in our community, we need to educate ourselves better. We need to raise the awareness level. And for me personally, I promised Elizabeth Glazier, who was dying of HIV and AIDS at that time, that I would be the face of the disease, and I've been that. I've given my heart and soul, money, all of it.
How have you been able to stay healthy all this time since your diagnosis in 1991? Do you still take a lot of medications every day?
It's not that much medicine as it used to be. When I first announced, it was only one drug. Now it's over 30. The cocktail has saved lives. Early detection saved my life. And the reason I've stayed healthy is because I take my meds. And then I work out. And I've got a positive attitude about my new status 21 years ago when I found out I had HIV. A lot of people, you know, think they're going to die or they don't accept it well, which we understand that because, you know, you have to deal with it and everybody deals with it differently. But at the same time, you have to accept it at some time and then move on with your life. And
do what you need to do to stay well. Well, I know that you mentioned early prevention and early detection, rather, and you're the spokesperson for a new home test, which is highly accurate. And why did you want to represent this test?
Well, I think that Katie Orshore has done a wonderful job because our biggest challenge in the HIV fight is how do we get more people tested? Now, before, there was a stigma. Nobody really, I wouldn't say nobody, not a lot of people wanted to go get tested because they didn't want everybody in their business.
Right.
They didn't want everybody to know they were going to the doctor to get tested about HIV. Then it changed. Now we got a lot of people to go get tested, but then they won't go back for their results because they were afraid. Now, OraQuick is really this new. It's now you can do it at home. You can just swab your upper and your bottom, and in 20 minutes you'll know your results.
Just do it with a swab test in your mouth.
In your mouth. Easy, quick. Find out your results, and then what we want them to do is then go to the doctor and say, "Hey, I found out I was HIV positive. Can you help me get on some meds?" Because that's what saved my life.
Dr. Richard Besser of ABC News is here. And Dr. Besser, it seems like we don't really hear that much about HIV anymore. Why is that?
You know, as Magic was saying, it used to be a death sentence. And I think when that stopped, when it became a treatable disease, it went away as a health crisis. But there are 1.1 million people in America who are HIV infected. And 20% of them, over 200,000 people, don't even know it.
Right.
And because of that, there are 50,000 new cases every year. And until people know their status, we're going to see that continue and continue.
Magic, after your diagnosis, I know you hosted an AIDS special on Nickelodeon. You met a little girl you've never forgotten. Let's take a look.
Wait, you wanted to say something?
That I want people to know that we're just normal people.
Mm-hmm. Aww. You don't have to cry. Because we are normal people. Okay?
I remember that so well. Actually, it makes me tear up just seeing it again. But that little girl, Heidi Broadbent, is here today, and she wanted to come out and say hello.
She's not a little girl anymore.
I know. She's a beautiful
Yes.
28-year-old young woman. Heidi, so great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I know you were diagnosed when you were 3 years old. Your mom was a drug user, your biological mom. You were adopted. You were 7 when you were on that special. And now, as I said, you're 28. What has your journey been like?
What I remember in the beginning, there wasn't a lot of hope. There was a lot of death. Oh, sorry.
It's okay, you're doing great.
A lot of my friends passed away. There wasn't as much medication as there is now. But now we have hope. There's more medications. I can get married and have children without passing HIV on to my child or my husband if I want to. But one thing I want to stress, because I get this all the time when I speak to youth, they feel like they look at magic in myself and they say,
I think it's no big deal.
yeah, I could just pop a pill and be okay. You see me on a good day. You don't see the side effects of the medication when I can't get out of the bed. And then the money behind it. Pills can cost about $3,000 a month. And that's just for the medicine. That's not the doctor visits, that's not the blood draws. So I want people to, and we're in a recession. And when you're in a recession, education and healthcare. So there's people who need their medicine who can't get their medicine. So.
And I know you've had some very close calls as well, so it hasn't all been easy, to say the least. How did meeting Magic when you were just a little 7-year-old girl change your life?
Well, I didn't really know who he was.
Ow, that's gotta hurt, Magic.
I just knew I was going on a show to talk about AIDS to make it better for other people. And so, I mean, it's changed my life. I mean, he's a great guy. Every time I see him, it's warm hugs. And
he's done so much in terms of advocating for people like you.
Can I tell you, you changed my life, though. It was so difficult for me in the beginning, but to listen to you that day actually made me want to do more, because at that time I was still learning. I didn't know a lot about the disease, and you taught me so much. And then your strength to come on that show and do that, and even today, as a woman who is still living with the disease. And so we both should thank Katie, because this woman here has been an advocate for education, for health and wellness, and it takes shows like this to help not only this audience but America understand what the issues are. So we thank you too as well.
That's so nice. Well, let's give them a hand. Thank you, Heidi. I wish you all the luck in the world and all the best, and thank you for continuing to fight for people with this disease.
Please get tested and know your status.
All right, well, that's a good message. All right, now up next, I got a little challenge for you, Magic. You ready?
I'm ready.
That's right after this. Johnson, feeling very short today, not gonna lie. But you didn't think I'd let you get away without shooting a few hoops, did you?
You know what? I thought you would do something. I didn't know it was going to be this. And then I can't afford to let you win, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that. But you know, I'm a little competitive.
You're feisty too, yes.
I'm 5'4", and you're 6'9", right? And with heels, probably I'm maybe about 5, 6, or 7. But Magic, come on, I had to even the playing field. So can you please say hello to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Hi, Kareem. Great to see you. So, yeah, listen, I don't mess around. When I call reinforcements, I call in reinforcements.
Oh, my goodness.
What do you think? I got you. I punked you.
He's only the greatest scorer in the NBA history. I mean, I can't win now. I mean...
Well, before we have our little game here, Kareem, tell me what you've been up to. I know you're planning a big celebrity roast with George Lopez, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, on November 16th, Friday, we're going to have an unveiling of my statue at the Staples Center.
Which will be... I guess that statue will be a little taller than your statue.
Yes, and he deserves that as well.
We'll be right there in the same general area.
Yes.
So that's on the 16th. On the 17th, we'll have the roast that you mentioned, and that's going to set off my tour, because I'm going to tour with all of the things that I won during my career.
Oh, great.
So all my memorabilia will be going on the tour. We'll probably do about 10 cities, and if you want to know anything about it, you can go to my website, KareemAbdul-Jabbar.com.
I'm glad you had trouble with your name,
Really?
too.
I'm just nervous.
All right, well, enough chat. I think we should play, plus my neck is starting to hurt. So...
You got to get your apple butt.
I know. So you guys assume your positions.
Oh, my goodness.
And Tanya, set the clock.
Yes.
And we're going to do a countdown with the whole audience.
Now, this is the first time we'll go against each other, because we were teammates.
I know, you're Lakers teammates.
Exactly.
So here we go. We're going to do this countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. So listen, he may have you on the hype, but what can I say? We got Magic. You're the winner. 22 to 20 baskets, right? Oh, sorry, but obviously you're both winners in our book. But here you go, Magic.
Well, we'll share it. We'll share it.
It can go on. Maybe you can go on the tour with your memorabilia.
That's right.
Anyway, you guys,
thank
you so much, Magic. Thank you, Kareem. Thank you. So appreciated having you here. It was great. We'll be back with